Hey my everythings, I hope that you all are doing well. If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you would like to get notified anytime that new reads are being posted, please feel free to subscribe and also hit that notification bell so that you can get those notifications anytime that new reads are being posted, okay? This read is going to be for Leo. Leo, I'm seeing that there was like an ascension and energy the way that this read happened and led to your sign being, the one that the read is about. And I'm seeing that it started with air. Air is resembled in a northern wind where the soul is teaching the spirit of true self a lesson about community and partnership. It also represents the end of like something or a certain cycle, or like you learned a lesson about something, and like where you are exploring sovereignty by the way of your community. Okay. Then I'm also seeing the sun sign. So the sun energy is also strongly influencing the cycle of the read, and the sun energy is like self-explanatory, like the center, like energy that is, what it's all centered around. And Leo is a fire sign, so that's also kind of like called a sun sign as well, so take it as it resonates. And then I'm seeing Neptune is also strongly influencing the cycle of this read. So we're not blaming Neptune for why things have happened the way that they have, though the planet Neptune is strongly influencing what is going on during the cycle of this read for you, okay? Neptune goes through an orbital cycle every 165 years. So you could be in the process of overcoming generational challenges, or on a pathway to inherit generational gifts, or divine rites of passage or something like that, okay? With the Neptune energy, it does talk about dreams if you have psychic abilities, and the mystical realm. Neptune also is involved with long-term efforts. So like I said, if there's a cycle that has been influencing your life where Neptune is strongly involved in it, see what it is during the cycle of the read, though it's been going on within your bloodline or your soul cycle for 165 years. So that means that other things that were going on within your reality that you were born into were essential to why it is that you are going through whatever it is that you're going through during the cycle of this read, if that makes sense, okay? I'm also seeing the key on the ring reverse energy. So the key on the ring reverse talks about like exclusivity, like something was specifically meant for you, okay? It's also sending an energy of like you're not being strung along, like this is, yeah, that's just what I'm seeing. Like you're not being strung along, no one's wasting your time, or you're not wasting someone's time, something like that. Then I'm seeing the mirror energy, where you could be mirroring someone or someone was mirroring you, or this could represent a time of self-reflection, introspection, and healing from inner childhood wounds, okay? Then I'm seeing a karmic relationship in reverse. So with key on a ring and karmic relationships in reverse, it's like a representation of the fact that like you're not being strung along and a karmic relationship isn't being dragged out. So, and then with the mirroring each other in the middle, it's kind of like it's showing me that like maybe you met someone and then in the process of y'all being in that relationship or something like that, this could have even have been like someone in your family or whatever, right? And your behavior, or your child, something like that, your behavior is mirroring with this other person's energy. And because you both mirror each other, there is no karmic bond between you two. It's balanced and it's equal, if that makes sense. I don't know any other way to say it, because that's what I'm seeing. Like no one's wasting your time because you're not wasting your time, right? So yeah, and then the last card that I'm seeing, which will bring it full circle, is clock. So the clock energy is showing that someone may feel like they need more time, or it's a frequency or an energy of like cycles and going through processes. And I am seeing some Western energy, which does represent the process of something, like you learn a lesson about the process of something. So it could also represent progression and a time to heal. So mirror and the clock are in the upright, like you're mirroring time. So if you're not wasting your time, then time is not wasting you, pretty much, is what I'm seeing. So you can't be in a karmic relationship with yourself if you're treating yourself the way that you want to be treated, and if you're treating others, you know. So I'm seeing that the spirit of true self is seeking security. When I see this, it really just shows me that what you're actually seeking security in is success, right? And as you're pursuing success, there's not a karmic relationship between you and your pursuit of that success. However, if you've been going through a cycle of over 165 years with you being challenged with this, the lessons that the soul is trying to teach the spirit during the cycle of this read have to do with communication and being cautious and perception. So what I'm seeing is that the soul is teaching the spirit of true self some lessons, of course, with northern, western, and eastern wind. So you got a little bit more eastern wind than the rest of them. And with this eastern wind, I'm seeing that the soul is trying to teach the spirit of true self a lesson about the perception of telling the truth. Yeah. And that's based on your interpretation because of what you're experiencing during the cycle of the read. And that's the only thing that I can say. I'm also seeing that you're learning a lesson about the perception of dark alleys. So like I said, being cautious, and it is based on your perception. Because if you're a crime fighter, then going down a dark alley doesn't make you feel like you need to avoid it. You have a mission. There's something that you were sent to do, you know what I mean? So versus if there is someone that's trying to avoid crime or whatever may happen down a dark alley, right? There's that's what I'm saying. I'm seeing that the soul is teaching the spirit of true self a lesson about perception in regard to these dark alleys and how they're perceived in the lives of others and also within your own life, right? So the experience of a failure could also be interpreted as a dark alley. However, if that dark alley is also being perceived as someone telling the truth, if that dark alley is also being perceived as someone telling the truth, that could also be, like I said, based on perception, because what if the reason why someone is not telling the truth is because it will cause more harm or more damage or something like that, right? So that's what I'm seeing. And then I'm also seeing the Western Wind, the process of communication with email. So I'm seeing that the soul is teaching the spirit of true self a lesson in regard to the Western Wind, with the process of maybe sending an email, receiving an email, something like that has to do with email. And then I'm also seeing that the soul is teaching the spirit of true self a lesson in regard to the Northern Wind, which, like I said earlier, is where we started at with the air element, right? And the soul is teaching the spirit of true self a lesson about the experience and what it means when you're giving someone a hug, the act of giving someone a hug, and how that kind of act is a part of your culture. It's a part of what's like normally accepted within the behaviors of people within your community, or how it's an expression of something within the dynamics of a relationship with people that you're partners with, or whatever the situation may be. So that's just what I'm seeing with the Northern Wind. And I'm hearing like a show of affection. So take it as it resonates. So I'm also seeing that whatever's going on during the cycle of this read has either happened during the cycle of a full moon, or it will happen during the cycle of a full moon, though I am seeing that a full moon is strongly influencing everything that's happening during the cycle of this read, okay? And I'm seeing that as you may be seeking security in this, the spirit of true self can identify like what the ego is seeking security in, right? Though at the same time, the spirit of true self knows the duality of the ego and the lessons that you're meant to learn as a spiritual being, even as you are the essence that animates the physical vessel, right? So your spirit is also going through these lessons where you're being guided. Like the ego is focused on this, though you're also being guided spiritually with great mystery, excuse me. You're being guided to an energy of great mystery by the way of your spirit. It says, I'll reveal the wisdom keys of your destiny. So even as you're seeking security in that, or the ego is seeking security in that, your spirit is like revealing to you a lot of different things about your wisdom, about your destiny. So I'm also seeing that your spirit is sending a message to like be well grounded, and that the grounding energy provides a feeling of security, which is very true. So you have grounding here, and then you also have spring, which is the season that's coming up, right? So with that energy, Spirit is saying that the spring is a time for renewal, so step into uncharted territory. So you have the grounding energy, the spring energy, and great mastery. Okay? I'm also seeing, I said mastery, so you must be mastering something. And with that mastery, it may be, like I said, grounding and stepping into the unknown. Mastering the wisdom of your destiny, even as it may be a mystery. Yeah, because the spring is about like leaping into the unknown, and then there's the mystery of the unknown in regard to your destiny, though at the same time you're mastering the wisdom of being able to ground yourself, because it provides you a sense of security. Because when you ground yourself, you're grounding yourself in the things that matter most. And if you've been experiencing any of these, because your ego's been seeking security, and that's supposed to teach you a lesson, right? And the spirit of true self is like, well, this is the lesson and all of that. So you're progressing, you're getting the time that you needed to heal, you're learning from all of those, even as the ego's been seeking security in them, and then you're reflecting upon time that is not being wasted. Okay? And that's what I'm seeing. So the specific emotions and the overall messages are for you not to feel ashamed, especially if you've been experiencing these, right? Don't feel ashamed. For you to feel at ease, for you to remain and be kind, even if you are feeling uncertain, to remain optimistic, even if you are feeling perplexed, to remain open, because lessons will be learned regardless, right? Especially if you've been involved in like the orbital cycle and influence of Neptune, because that's a cycle that takes 165 years to complete. So if you're riding a bike and you fall because you're imbalanced a little bit, you've been working your spirit or your soul has been working a good amount of time so that you can just do it effortlessly, if you get what I'm saying. So that's why it says remain open, regardless of if you're feeling perplexed or challenged, because lessons are getting learned, and not just by you and your bloodline, though also by those beings, entities, frequencies that are aligned with you having that experience, that give you the permission to have that experience and to achieve and experience success, right? The experiences that we have, whether if it's something little as someone saying bless you when you sneeze, or something as little as you being able to look in a certain direction without experiencing any type of difficulty, or you being able to get from point A to point B, or nowadays if you catch a flight from here to wherever it is that you're going and back. These little things and big things are things that you get permission to experience, right? And even those are things that you got permission to experience, that your spirit got permission to experience, so that the lessons are learned. Okay? So Spirit is saying to be thankful and to not feel embarrassed, because all human beings are vulnerable. And I don't think that there's a different way that I was supposed to say that. Okay. If you're not familiar with how it is that I do my reads, I do them based on time that has been offered or is available to me. So thank you. The time that have been offered to me is the 9 of Pentacles energy. With the 9 of Pentacles energy, it is a representation of being financially abundant, secure, having financial wishes be fulfilled, pretty much. So thank you. This energy was received as like an offering like having a financial wish fulfilled, especially if you've been praying for it or working for it for a really long time. It can be dramatic, though. Then there's also the extent where, like, if you go through those lessons learned, then it's more so like there's already a plan for it. Like I said, there's the frequency of you getting permission to, you know what I mean, to have that experience. So even as you get the permission to wish and to pray and to work and to do whatever that human beings do in life, you also, you know, get permission to experience financial wishes come true. So thank you for that. I'm seeing that it's like something that resonates like a sweet aroma, or it was led by a sweet aroma or something like that, and it's meant to alleviate something that has to do with misery. So it was an offer made like to honor joy or to bring joy, something like that. So thank you. And then the energy that I see you in for the cycle of this read is the Seven of Swords. Because the Seven of Swords reversed, right? That's the Seven of Swords reversed is the energy that I see you in for the cycle of this read, right? Where telling the truth, right? And that is what I'm seeing. Like truth here, truth here, truth here, truth there, right? So with the Seven of Swords reverse energy, it's like someone doesn't feel like they have to lie. They don't feel like they have to be deceitful. They don't feel like they have to hide their feelings. You see how like this person is like, so say like for instance, this is them holding their emotions or just dealing with in life and feeling like they can't be honest about it or what they're experiencing. And with the Seven of Swords reverse, is showing like somebody that is going to be honest, like telling the truth about how they feel, about what's going on. Maybe you're telling people about your failures or how you feel like you have failed in life, something like that. And I'm seeing that to other people, they may feel like this is some like they're receiving you as trustworthy. They're receiving you as honest and reliable with the Seven of Swords reversed energy. And I'm seeing that if you were in the Seven of Swords upright where you were lying, it wouldn't be normal to you. Like being in that energy would feel unfamiliar to you. So good for you. You're in the Seven of Swords reversed energy where you are being received as trustworthy and honorable and reliable. So yay. And then like I said, with the Eastern wind, the soul is teaching the spirit of true self a lesson about the perception of telling the truth. So let's see what happens during the cycle of the read. Okay? And I'm, like I said, I am seeing that you are feeling vulnerable, and you know, spirit is saying for you not to feel embarrassed because you're being grounded in your truth is why maybe you experience so many of those, right? So in the past, during the cycle of the read, which may have started over 165 years ago, ooh, you know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing like maybe there's like, if it's something that happened over 165 years ago, then this could have to do, because it's a Tower reverse, that means that you averted a crisis, or the tragedy and trauma of what may have affected people in the past is like it's falling to your feet, right? Terror, misery, all of that is falling to your feet or something like that. Like, it's not falling to your feet, though, like all crashing down, right? False justice is like crashing down or something like that. So crisis averted with this Tower reverse, and the energy that you're experiencing in the upright is meekness, where you're making space and time for others, and maybe even the experiences and the stories of your ancestors to give you that strength that you need to operate in your truth and justice. Okay? I'm seeing that you were in this energy is not loud. So I don't want to project that that's what you were going through, though I am seeing like, and with the dark alleys, like what I'm seeing is somebody that may have gone, and it's based on your perception, so you may have gone through like some type of experience where you're being treated with, where you went through like some type of prejudice, and with that northern wind with the air, the end of like some type of prejudice or discrimination or disrespect because of how you look or your physical vessel, right? That's kind of what I'm seeing, you know? Where maybe that's what you were experiencing, and you're being received in this energy as like meek and like shy or timid, and also like not loud, not rude, not boisterous or anything like that. And in an interesting kind of way, it's like the mystery of what you are is being revealed to you, because all of this, right, contributes to your destiny of mastering being able to ground yourself in the energy of protection. Okay, so then I'm seeing the Three of Cups energy. With the Three of Cups energy, it is someone that like is in a group, maybe friendship, community group, something like that, siblings, a get together, a party, a meeting, an event, something like that is happening where you all are inspiring each other and you're being led by the way that you all think. You're contemplating issues and coming up with solutions is what I'm seeing, and you're being led by the spirit of wisdom. Like I said, the wisdom of your destiny, right? So then I'm seeing the strength energy, where, you know, your strength is how graceful you are and how sweet and kind and caring and good that you are. So you have like an essence of gracefulness that supersedes any of the ways that people have treated you in an unjust way, right? That's your gift, that's your blessing. I call that Christ consciousness, because that's what it feels and sounds like a forgiving spirit regardless of chaos. And like that's just how I'm seeing that you're being received. Like there's wisdom, there's philosophy amongst the people that you call friends or family and company. You you all are inspired by each other, or you inspire each other. I'm seeing empowerment. And then there is a frequency and energy of strength to continue to be received gracefully and in a kind way, because you care. You're being received as a genuinely good person. And then justice is towards the end of the cycle of the read. I see justice for you, and I'm seeing that as ancient justice. That's like cherry on top, right? Like if you was having beignets from Nolans, that's like the, what is it, like powdered sugar on the top of the beignet, or the cinnamon sugar on top of the beignet, like, or you know, the honey, however, whatever you put on top of your beignets, you know what I'm saying? However, I'm seeing like ancient justice. And considering the fact that you're in the Seven of Swords energy during the cycle of this read, so all of this contributed to the process of you being received as reliable and trustworthy, right? And I know, and honest, and I know that you've been through some stuff, and like I said, you went through all of that to be received and to experience this energy of this justice, this ancient justice. And I'm also seeing that you, like, the justice that you experience is luxury. Like you have the luxury to not be irritated. You have the luxury to feel comfortable and safe where you are. You were, like I said in the beginning, you were permitted to have that experience, so that no one can ever even say to your spirit in another realm, right, that you're not reliable or that you're not trustworthy. This is a cycle that's been going on for 165 years. It's not just something that's taken place in this reality. It's also something that's taken place in other realities, because Neptune influences the experiences that we have in the mystical and mythical realms, in your dreams. Neptune is involved with the ocean, the unexplored territories of the planet. You know what I'm saying? The ocean, storms, dreams, the influence and the capabilities of having psychic powers. That's what Neptune is involved in, you know. So it's a luxury that you get the permission to experience the comfort and the justice of the divine by the way of, like I said, it's an ancient ancestral inheritance. And you deserve that, because as a human being, we're all vulnerable. And when you get merited or credited security on a spiritual level, on a multi-dimensional level, that's a gift, that's an honor, because it speaks truth to what it is that you worked on and that you had the time for with this clock energy, for you to heal, for you to not be in karmic relationships, right? For you to be making good use of your time, and for that to be reflected back upon you. You're not wasting the world's time, and the world is not wasting its time on you. All of the permissions that are given to you by the universe that you co-create with is useful, and it has purpose in it, and you have been gifted with that divine destiny. So Good for you. Let's talk about your future. The first thing that I'm seeing is that you're going to continue on this journey of seeking and being led by the truth, because it serves you in your capacity where you're able to not just experience these luxuries of life, though you also serve others, if that makes sense for you. And I'm sure that it does, because yeah. So with the Page of Swords energy that I'm seeing you in the future, it's like you're going to continue on this path of like being led by your truth. Like you're ambitious about it, seeking justice and operating in that energy of the truth that you're seeking. And Spirit is going to continue to guide you, you know, and to help you learn those spiritual lessons, even as you are navigating in the frequency and the energy of who you are in this life, right? And as far as these, they could have been not yours. Like these could have been not your failures that you were seeking security in. You could have been someone that was seeking security in the failures of other people, like a corrector, right? You could look at me. You could correct me if I'm wrong. That's just kind of what I'm seeing. It's like someone that is looking for the errors, and maybe it's not just because that frequency, that energy has been fueled by your experiences of your own failures or how other systems have failed you, right? I'm wanting to say that it's not personal, though it's super important for, at this point in time in your life, for you to be received well as trustworthy and reliable. So I don't see it as not being personal. And that's why I think that I'm seeing you in this Hierophant energy. Because like I said in the beginning, what I'm seeing overall is that even not just in the beginning, though, towards the end of the cycle of the read, that this is an ancient justice that you're in, or that you've been experiencing. It's like it's what has been owed to not just you, though also your ancestors. That kind of energy. So to say that you shouldn't be passionate about it, to say that you shouldn't be wise about the decisions that you're making or how you're being received, like you had to be quiet in the past. You had to make space and time for other people to even be mean and nasty to you in the past, is what I'm seeing. And whether if it was you specifically in this lifetime or you in another lifetime, because the cycle has been going on for 165 years. That's what I'm seeing. And so to say that it's not supposed to be personal, or that you're not operating in an energy of like, well, it's personal to me because it's what I'm experiencing or my people are experiencing. I am seeing someone that is led by justice or has been appointed or given some type of acclamation to be received as, you know, someone that upholds some type of law or governance over people with the Hierophant energy. You could be a wife or a husband. This could be about your family, a matriarch or a patriarch. Take it as it resonates. Or it could be like a political thing. You are being received as someone that is sensitive to the issues of your people. You're being received as someone in a frequency and an energy that's timeless to the influence that you're making in the world for the sake of your people and your reliability and your trustworthiness, and you being received as honest as you are. Okay? trust you even in this pursuit of, you know, the way that you're going about things. So then I'm seeing that with this kind of work, with this kind of focus, and though I'm specifically seeing work, so with this kind of work, there is a sense of glamour that comes with it. You are being received as beautiful and stylish and glamorous, and also very genuine in how it is that you present yourself in all of these efforts that you're making, in the work that you're doing. In the Seven of Pentacles energy. Though with the Seven of Pentacles energy, with the Seven of Pentacles energy, there is that frequency of like, don't exhaust yourself, right? So, pull an angel card. This was meant for you. Recovery. So with the Seven of, like I said, don't exhaust yourself. Don't exhaust yourself as a resource. Do not allow, and I will say that for us, we do not allow the energies and the frequencies that depend on us to process time for them to exhaust us as a resource, that it inhibits us from being able to enjoy our ancient justice. Okay? We already know that as human beings, we are vulnerable because we have our own individual experiences, though we are also part of something that is bigger than us. And we do not give frequencies or energies or entities permission to abuse our vulnerabilities as human beings that are vulnerable. To situations and circumstances that we had no prior knowledge of, or that we also had no control over. Yes? So there's a frequency and an energy of recovery with the Seven of Pentacles. You don't give them permission to exhaust you, or to have you in the negative, or to overdraw from you so that you are exhausted as a resource. What you can do is call in that angelic energy, right? The recovery. So that your gratitude supersedes any of these worries of the world, even as you have been employed by your ancestors to represent their truth and justice. Not just for yourself, though also for your people, right? So, you call in and you master that great mystery energy that your spirit of true self is always going to keep you centered and focused on with the full moon energy. Because it has a mission. Always to prioritize the wellness of your soul by the way of the experiences that you have in this lifetime. So you're getting merited the wisdom to be the keys to your awareness of your destiny. Okay. So frequency of recovery by the way of the angel's energy is, you know what I'm saying, right on time. And then I'm seeing that you'll be in this 8 of Cups energy. The 8 of Cups energy is like emotions. So I'm seeing that, how do you describe the 8 of Cups in a way where it is written? You're vulnerable, though it's not like a bad thing. It's nothing bad. It's like a refreshing type of vulnerability, like you coming to the altar and just giving it all to God. That's the kind of frequency that I'm seeing. That's the kind of energy that I'm seeing with this 8 of Cups. And you have every right to do that. Right? These frequencies, these energies are employing you in this time to represent some type of truth and justice for them because they need it. Though at the same time, you are still operating in your own vulnerability and obedience to God's source energy. So you can always go to God and just let it out. Because you are strong enough. You are good enough. Okay? And I just kind of feel like, you know, usually I have my halo on during my reads, so it's like I don't even have to put my halo on right now because you can see it without it even being there. Right? And you're being received in this 8 of Cups energy is not selfish. It's not selfish for you to take it all to the altar and let it go. Because when you show up for work, for your family, for your partnerships, whether it's romantic and personal, or your impersonal relationships, professional, your business, whatever it is that you show up for. You do that in selflessness. So being able to let it go is going to refresh you and restore you. Like I said, there is that frequency of recovery that comes with that 7 of Pentacles energy. Okay? I'm hearing checks received. So then you're going to be in this 3 of Pentacles energy because you went through the process. You went through the process of recovering and just thank you, God, you know? And then now you're in this 3 of Pentacles energy where you're focused on your skills, building up your skills and your talents, whether if it's, you know, your physical vessel that you're focusing on, whether if it's your financial health, whether if it's your mental health. I'm just seeing someone that's working diligently, like you're focusing on growth. And I'm seeing meditation. The reason why I say that I'm seeing meditation is because you're being received as like calm and like I said, because of the 8 of Cups, like everything was restored and refreshed selflessly. So then in the 3 of Pentacles where you're focusing and you're being diligent and you're working, you're very calm and prioritizing getting the work done. So you're being received as principled, ethical, conscientious, you know, reliable, trustworthy, because you're getting the work done regardless. And you went through, it's the balance, it's you being a balancing act of God for me, right? Because you're working hard, you're bringing it to God, what it is that you can't control. You accept there are some things that you can't control, right? You don't feel like things that are outside of your control are a waste of your time, because you understand that you serve a purpose to a God that is greater than you, to a universe that is greater than you, though you also have the divine gift to be able to co-create with that universe. So included in that is your efforts with the Three of Pentacles energy. And you can apply those efforts calmly, respectfully, right? In a very principled manner, and still get it all done. You ain't got to be stressed out. You ain't got to be walking around with a chicken, like a chicken with your head cut off, like they used to say when I was in elementary school. You know, you can do this like in a peaceful way. And then I'm seeing you, this 3-3, with the Three of Rods. The Three of Rods, you're in the process of doing the work, right? With the Three of Pentacles. Included in that work that you're doing also is you being able to let go of what does not serve you, is also a part of doing the work. Healing, going through the cycles, right? Letting go of what does not serve you, acknowledging what does serve you, and moving forward is what I'm seeing. And the ships are sailing with the Three of Rods. You're being received as cautious. I'm seeing someone that has learned the lessons of their ancestors and of their past. And you know what challenges that you may, just maybe, have to face in the future. However, you do not project those issues or those challenges onto yourself or your bloodline in the future, because you've already been aligned with ancient justice. And you can do better things with your imagination. Like continue to promote and project that ancient justice, because your bloodline deserves to experience that, right? Letting go of inferiority, which does not serve you. And operating in a frequency of caution and gratitude. And like I said, remaining open, no matter if you're feeling perplexed, right? What else did it say? Remaining optimistic, no matter if you're feeling uncertain. Remaining kind, and always being thankful and grateful. Those are the things that serve you. Your gratitude, your open-mindedness, your kindness. You remaining at ease. Because people are going to people. And lessons are always going to be learned, even if you're not the one that got to teach it to them. Ain't that something? You do not have to be someone else's karma. You're being received in the Three of Rods energy as tamed and not dysfunctional. Okay? And then as far into your future as I can see, because this has been a very lengthy read. Then as far into your future as I can see, let it go, is the Ten of Cups. Like you have absolute joy and satisfaction. And you know how what you offered me was financial wish fulfillment? With the Ten of Cups, that's like spiritual wish fulfillment for you. That's joy unchallenged. Okay? And I'm seeing you in this energy as like you worked hard to be in that frequency and in that energy of the Ten of Cups. Like happily ever after type of energy, because that's exactly what it is. It's like a happily ever after type of energy. You worked hard to be in that energy. And even if you didn't work hard, like I said, you were diligent in your efforts You did not allow it to exhaust you, to frustrate you, to irritate you, because you are operating in an energy of ancient justice, right? And you're aware, and you don't have to be violent, and you don't operate in a frequency or an energy of laziness or chaos or confusion, because you got your heavy ending. 165 years coming, you deserve it. If I had a bell, I would ring it for you, okay? And then I see the Lover's energy. So that pair with the Ten of Cups is like you mirror the frequency of love. So you experience the frequency of love. Whether it be God's love, your personal relationships, your romantic relationships, your relationship with your siblings, your friends, your family, your co-workers, your business partners, whatever the situation is. There are people that love you, and you deserve to experience and be comfortable in that love. You deserve to feel safe in that love. And I'm seeing that that is your true wish fulfillment. And honey, that's the great mystery of the wisdom of your destiny that awaits you. And I didn't make it up. It was literally time and words and intelligence and energy and efforts that were offered to me by the way of you. So thank you. Or your bloodline or your ancestors. So I'm just the confirmer, you know, the card reader. So to you, my lovely Leo, I do send love, light, and healing energy, and a big congratulations to you, because you deserve it. You deserve good things.